We have many ministries here at Advent. I mean, we have a lot. We love to show God's love to other people. We love to do God's work with our hands. And the way that we do that is we organize into a structure where the church council oversees everything, but breaks down into 4 teams. And that is the administration team, the parish life team, worship and witness, and then of course social concerns. Just looking at the organizational chart we have here at Advent, you can see how many ministries we have that people can get involved with to use your spiritual gifts which God has given you in order to live out our mission of worshiping God, following Jesus, serving others, and making disciples. We live the good news through the ministry that we do. And it's really amazing to see how many ministries we have. Now, we couldn't highlight all of our ministries today because that would take way too much time. But today, let us highlight one, the LSS Food Pantry. One way to get involved in ministry outside the walls of Advent is by serving at the Champion Avenue LSS Food Pantry. The Champion Avenue Food Pantry is a choice food pantry, which means that with guidelines, clients can shop for their own food. Last year alone, LSS Food Pantries served over 2.1 million meals. But why do people from Advent serve?
I like serving people, and it makes me feel good inside.
It's just good to help people. And I enjoy interacting with the folks that are here. And, it's a good time, good fellowship time with Advent members as well.
We get a list of volunteers that come down from Advent. We come once a month on the 3rd Saturday of the month. And then we come down in a carpool and come down. We meet the people's needs. They're on a list down here through LSS for getting the food. So we help with them to select their foods and bring the grocery carts around and help them pick out what they need and what they can get for the number of people in their family. On any given month, we have about 78 families that are served in the time that we're here, and we also, out of that, there's about, maybe 225 people in those families.
So how does Elaine see Jesus in this ministry?
Every time, every person. We go back to the church with more that we got from the people than they, than rather than serving. We get back from them all the time.
The LSS Food Pantry, one of our many ministries outside the walls of Advent Lutheran Church. To make an impact for Jesus and to have some fun doing it, contact Elaine Cooper to join this monthly ministry.
I always think of music as being the universal language. I mean, even if it's in Russian, English, German, Italian, whatever it's in, you still can communicate what that piece is about, whether you speak that language or not. And when you have that many people working together, it can be a very spiritual experience.
I think something unique about this choir is the gap in ages. We've had people from, my daughter sang in it when she was in high school. Carrie sang in the choir up to 90 years old. And they all sing together and all make beautiful music. And we had one person fall asleep during rehearsal. He was a little older and he fell asleep and started snoring during rehearsal. But he sang. So it was neat that we had the multi-generational choir. That was, and everybody felt comfortable. And no matter who joins, it just kind of, everybody's welcoming and accommodating, and all you have to do is love to sing. It doesn't make any difference if you can read music or not, and everybody is made to feel good about themselves. I think that goes with everybody helping, supporting each other.
Bell choir. That's not as easy as it looks, is it?
Nope. In bell choir, when you're playing an instrument, by yourself, like a solo instrument, let's say violin. You just play all the notes. When you're singing in the choir, you sing all the notes. When you're in a bell choir, they're playing notes, you're playing notes, the next person's playing notes. The whole team has to work as one, and this person has to be in touch with what this person's doing, although they're frantically trying to learn notes and trying to play. And then this person happens, well, I'm looking at it, but John Copenhaver is playing 19 bells. So
Any story that has either touched your heart or something that everyone should know this story?
Well, something that comes to mind right away is the pit, which everybody goes, what? The pit? When we built the sanctuary, we were told we had to have a pit up here in the choir area. It's now covered with cement, but it was a pit where the organ and the piano were going to go, and we'd have our backs to the altar. Well, the director of music, Sherman Moyer, at that time said, no, we don't want that. That does not work. Well, the architect said, well, it gives a clear line for the church view. It isn't going to work. Well, the pit went in, the pit drainage was not done right, so the pit flooded. So here we are during services. Walked in one morning, and Pastor Hartfelder was here, and I was here, and there was water in the pit. So we had to move the organ and the piano out, and we're here mopping and cleaning up the water. George Zapes is in there cleaning up the water. Next Sunday is Easter Sunday. We had the instruments out, but we put our instrumentalist in there. It starts raining, and during the service, some of the instrumentalists just roll up their pant legs and keep on playing. So that's one, the pit. So we finally got the pit covered and filled in so we could use this whole area. That was probably the biggest, I mean, we just laugh about that.
We have 2 children's choirs here at Advent. The Angel Choir is for children that are about 2.5 through kindergarten, 1st grade. They memorize their songs and rehearse weekly and sing and learn about Jesus and have fun. They dance around, they jump around, and they also get snacks. Our Y Square Choir meets directly after the Angels Choir, and that is kids that are 1st grade, 2nd grade through 6th grade or so. The 6th graders help with the choir and are in charge of setting up, and they sing 2-part songs. Work hard on vocal quality and doing a little more complicated songs. They also have fun, and they get to jump around too and get snacks. And lastly but not least is our confirmation chimes, who meet on confirmation nights 2 or 3 times a month. And it's the confirmation kids. They practice the music and do a great job with that and are getting very, very good.
We're engaged in a time of discernment to discover God's ongoing call for Advent Lutheran Church, a church that celebrates its past as it also looks forward to its future, as we share the good news of Jesus Christ together. We're clear about who we are. We are God's children, made so through the water and the Word, as we are washed and welcomed in baptism. We are made new and strengthened, both as individuals and as community, as we are fed and forgiven at the Lord's table. And we are then sent out to live the good news of Jesus Christ and to make that good news known. The future is bright here at Advent because today marks a new beginning. It's the first step in the next 50 years. What will the future hold? I don't know. But I do know this. The future is bright because God is our future.